Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hi!
Hi! Welcome to the January 6th through 10th.
Whole week.
We got all 5 episodes. I don't remember the last time that happened.
Before Christmas.
I think it was before Thanksgiving.
Oh, right.
Because
all of
weren't we getting preempted before Thanksgiving?
You were right.
So, thank you. We're finally back to all 5 episodes.
I feel like we could have done without Thursday, though. Nothing.
I feel like we started so strong.
We
and
did.
Then it's just like,
Yeah. I didn't take any notes for Thursday, and as I was watching it, I was like, I don't really need to take a note on this. It's just kind of keeping the storyline going, but it's not anything exciting.
I didn't take any for Friday.
Oh.
Because I was just like, oh, okay. So, I think I took 1.
Yeah.
Do you want to do, because we acknowledged the fact that last week we were sick, and we're both feeling better this week?
Somewhat, most of the way.
Okay. I'm like 95%. So still have a little cough and stuffy nose.
Right, yeah, the stuffy nose is what's killing me. I was doing the Flonase spray before I walked in here because I was like, don't.
So if you hear her sniffling a lot, it's not what you think,
right? So, all right, do you want to start?
I like that Joss learned all the Turkish traditions.
That was so cute.
And I said, and now we all learned something cultural because
I was going to say,
Shannon Googled.
Tie that into our German lessons. Now we know all about.
Yeah, so I decided this week, we always talk about what Liesl says in German and then I translate it. We're going to start posting that on Instagram too.
That's a great idea.
So, and someone said something, oh, she always speaks in German. I was like, yeah, we always translate it on the podcast. Now we're just going to put it on Instagram too. It's called Learn German with Liesl. Should just be Learn with Liesl or Learn German with Liesl.
Sometimes she says other things that aren't in German that are pretty good lessons. So it could just be Learn with Liesl and you'd still be good.
Yes. So in Turkey, December 24th and 25th are completely normal work days. No one celebrates or exchanges gifts.
Okay.
New Year's Eve in Turkey is basically like Christmas too.
Okay.
And I got this from Fethi Times.
Okay.
I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that. It's Fethiye Times.com.
Sounds good to me.
A Turkish Christmas celebrating Noel on New Year's Eve. And, cause I was like, they exchange red underwear?
Yeah, what was
They do.
Why?
So, Turkish traditions. It should come as no surprise that the Turks have their own special traditions for the night marking the start of the new year. Do not be offended if you happen to receive a pair of red panties as a gift. It is considered good luck to don a pair of red underwear at the stroke of midnight for a fruitful and promising new year. Another tradition involves smashing a pomegranate on your front door at the midnight mark. There is also the less messy option of sprinkling salt on your doorstep, all in an effort to usher in prosperity and good fortune for the year to follow. You're also supposed to open up the tap on your water, so like turn your faucet on.
Okay.
And letting the water run is also believed to bring good abundance and good fortune. To bring money into your life, you're supposed to unlock a padlock at the stroke of midnight. And if it is travel that you seek, take a short stroll at midnight, as it is believed you will bring journeys into your life. And she said what? Matlu Yerlar?
Okay.
She said it, and I probably just totally mispronounced it, but that's actually what it is.
That's awesome.
So I love that they do that.
Yes.
You can learn from soap operas.
I'm totally buying everybody red underwear next year.
Right? And we're all going to wear them on New Year's Eve.
Yes.
We should put that in the merchandise store.
We should. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yes. Idea.
Do you have any crazy New Year's things that you do every year that your kids make fun of you for?
No, we get Chinese, which I just grew up doing that. I don't know why, but so many people I know do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know why, but we just get Chinese food and we always open up our fortune cookies at midnight and then we stick them on the fridge. I mean, we don't believe in them, but it's fun. And it started a couple years ago that JD and I started watching like movie series because we were home without the kids. I think we might have both been sick. And so he's like, we should watch Lethal Weapon. And so it was the first time I'd ever watched Lethal Weapon. And then the next year we watched Die Hard. And then we just did, we do movie series. Series. I don't know. And typically there's something that I've never seen. So it's fun. And that's what we do. What about you?
I always get a scratchy ticket.
Okay.
It's an lottery ticket for everyone. And we have to put our shoes outside with money in it before the new year. And then after New Year's, you bring it back in. So it symbolizes that all the money went out of your house at the end of the year, but now it's all going to come back in for the new year.
Why do you do that?
My mom always did that.
Is it an Irish thing?
I have no idea.
I should know this.
I have no clue, but my mom always did it, so I do it, and it's really funny because we always remember at like 11 o'clock and it's freezing outside and the kids are like, let's walk outside with no shoes on and, money shoe outside. And then after midnight, you know, obviously everyone toasts the kids with their fake wine and stuff.
Right.
And then they get a scratchy ticket and then they go to bed.
And how Carly opened up that fresh bottle when we
yes.
talked about that. We waited until midnight this year to pop it just in case.
Good idea.
Yes.
I was Anyway, yeah, I just wondered.
No, I like that. We should have talked about that on the New Year's Eve episode.
Yeah, I think I just said like, oh, we have a little party. I don't think I went into any of the traditions. So I'm glad that next year the kids are going to be like, wait, we're putting our shoes outside and we have to go put our red underwear on. I'm like, yes.
And you have to smash a pomegranate and sprinkle salt and turn on the faucet and go for a walk.
I don't know if I'm going to go for a walk.
And unlock a padlock.
I don't know if I could do that, especially if it's been a really good New Year's Eve.
That's true. That is true. Maybe you should not be walking. You're on a hill too.
You're right.
Yeah.
No walking and no trying to do anything complicated. I think I can handle red underwear and turning on a faucet and sprinkling some salt.
Yes.
There we go.
But I just thought that was really interesting.
It was. I love when they bring real life stuff into the storyline.
So what about Joss kissing him?
That was Trina's fault. Like I would have so yelled at my friend, why did you put this idea in my head? She didn't yell as much as I would have, because I don't think that Jocelyn really was there. I think she's kind of oblivious to how Cam feels about her and Dev.
Yeah.
And so it was Trina saying it.
Do you think Trina knows what she's doing? Do you think that Trina's trying to get Joss and Dev together so that she can go after Cameron? Because I'm really hoping that they don't do that to her.
I'm hoping they don't do that to her either. And she likes Dev.
Yeah, but she's really liking Cameron. I think. I'm getting the vibe that she's really liking Cameron.
We talked about it before. They need some teenagers, even if we don't see them on screen, that they have relationships with or that they're crushing on, because to have the four of them only be able to like each other is going to get way too complicated.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I just thought it was weird. I was not expecting that response from Dev. He was just like, nah.
Yeah.
And I did think it was sweet that he said that he respected Sunny and Carly too much.
Right.
But you would think that he would have been panicking more, not just so cool about it.
Right. Maybe he didn't want to make her feel bad.
I guess. On Instagram, speaking of Trina, Becky4005. Do we know what Trina's mom does for a living? She could be the parole officer.
Oh.
She was talking about, I thought the number of times Sam, Jason, and Diane said the parole officer's name was suspicious. Do we know what Trina's mom does for a living?
Oh, good catch.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that was good. You know, we've been wanting her family history, so what if?
Yeah.
But her last name's different. I wrote it down.
Yeah, but Trina could have her dad's last name.
Right. No, I mean, I don't have the same last name as my kids.
Huh, yeah, I like that.
I thought that was interesting.
I did not. I didn't even think about it. I thought they kept saying parole officer, parole officer, parole officer, and I was like, we know what you're talking about. You don't have to keep saying it. So yeah.
But do you think that I would think that it would be like a point of contention between Trina and Joss, because you would think that her mom wouldn't want her hanging out with Joss because her stepdad is Sunny.
True.
So I feel like that would have already been an established
conflict. Yeah.
You know, like Mac. He didn't want Robin hanging around Jason.
Right.
So
that makes
sense.
Sense. Yeah. I don't know. We will see.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, her name is Dolores Maloney.
Okay. Yeah.
Found it.
Good job.
After we're done talking about it.
It doesn't matter. I just have like random notes about the whole Nina and Valentine wedding stuff still.
Okay.
And then Ava and Nicholas that we'll obviously get into in a second. But Nina left the party, or the wedding, whatever, and was by the skating rink and is like, oh, I need to go to the liquor store. What liquor store is open at it had to be like 2 a.m. on New Year's Eve at that point.
Port Charles is very busy. I wrote that somewhere. I was like, why is everyone doing stuff?
Everyone is out, and then going back to just the Nicholas and Ava wedding part, there was no dresses there that Ava could have borrowed to wear. I
kind of liked that. I liked her robe. I'm sorry. I thought it was a cool robe. But you're right.
It works for a fashion magazine. Right. You know there had to be a full closet of clothes upstairs.
Absolutely, yeah.
They are pretty much the same size. There was nothing else that you could wear other than a robe.
Maybe she was actually being respectful and not raiding Nina's closet.
I want to be that respectful on my wedding day. Even if it's a fake wedding, I want to look good. But you don't have a dress to wear. Where do we have rings? Did you see her ring? Woo. Throw them okay.
Oh, yeah. Where did that come from?
Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Do you have like spare diamonds?
Not like that.
What the heck?
I don't know.
So
maybe she rated that. Maybe she picked which one she was going to raid, dress or ring.
Oh, well, that's true. That would be a good decision.
Or, I mean, it is the Cassadine Castle. It's
maybe
they might have a stash of rings somewhere. You never know.
I need to find a man like that. Can I look at your stash of rings? I'll take that one. And then in New York, can you get married instantly, like in Vegas?
Oh, everybody's asking, like, okay, when did they get their marriage certificate? Yeah. How did that, they had no witnesses.
Right.
You know, how did all of this happen?
Okay.
I am Ava Jerome on Instagram, and it's _ in between each name.
Yeah.
Allow me to introduce Ava Cassadine of the House of Windermere, first of her name, the uneffwithable Lady of Spoon Island, protector of vodka and olives, breaker of chains, and mother of no F's, otherwise known as Ava Jerome. That was the best. I mean, that's a long monogram, but
love it.
I cracked up when I read that. I was like, man, she covered all the bases.
I like that too. That was good.
Yes.
Don't you hate when you're listening to a great podcast and suddenly you're interrupted by an ad?
I know. Thank goodness Stitcher lets us listen to our favorite podcasts like Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, My Favorite Murder, and many more ad-free for only $4.99 a month or $34.99 a year.
Go to Stitcher.com/premium to sign up today.
Use promo code PEER54 for 1 month free on us. So when Kevin was trying to talk to Ava,
yeah,
I mean, he really had her best interest at heart.
He did.
I mean, it was really sincere. I really liked the Kevin that we saw this week.
Yes.
Because we always talk about how he and Laura are weird.
Yeah.
But then when he was talking to Nicholas, because at first I wrote down, Nicholas wasn't even around when Laura married Kevin. How did he know?
Right.
You know, and then he said something, you make my mom happy. And Kevin said Laura's happiness always comes with a touch of melancholy.
Yes.
I'm like, that sums up Laura's life perfectly.
Yes.
I mean, every single.
Yes. No, I think Kevin is weird. I think Kevin is just weird. Kevin and Laura are weird, but he always has her back.
Yeah.
Like when Laura was yelling at Nicholas and Lulu went to step in, he was like, no, just let your mother go. She has a right to go off. Your brother did something awful.
And how about that slap?
Yes.
That was the best.
But it was even better when he was talking to Elizabeth later and she said, I don't know if I want to kiss you or slap you. And he was like, please don't slap me. That's already happened.
I really feel like he has good chemistry. I felt like he already had an established relationship with everybody. So he's doing a really good job.
He is.
Establishing that rapport. But I mean, Laura's face the whole time that he's talking, you know, it's such the disappointed mother.
Right. Yeah,
and
she had it.
I don't blame her for smacking him, and all of it was about Spencer. It had nothing to do with her.
Exactly.
It all had to do with, you just did this to your son.
Right.
She did fake her death at one time too.
True.
But didn't she very quickly come back?
I think so.
I mean, Tom Hardy was helping with it. I think it wasn't that long that she, quote, died.
Okay.
And not that that's okay because it's still grief.
And I doubt that the reason was over money. I think that's the problem.
Right.
Is Nicholas did all this, not that it's not a lot of money and you wouldn't be tempted to definitely do what you could to get it back, but he sacrificed his son's happiness over the bottom line, and that wasn't right.
Right.
My favorite line of all of that was when Nicholas told Lulu and them that they were going to get married, and Lulu said, then go on a date, don't get married.
Right.
They were talking about all of their chemistry. Isn't Nicholas still married to Hayden too?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I think that's where I don't know.
But why does Ava not know that?
I think she should. And that's I don't know.
Okay.
Or,
because I thought that was the whole reason Hayden was in the story. So
when
she brought back Charlotte, so,
right.
Or back Violet, sorry. So, why? Ava, why? Ava's smarter than that.
Well, because Sam had to divorce Jason when he came back so that she could marry Drew.
Right.
So we should be having to do the same thing. I do feel bad for Ava though, because I really feel she knows that she doesn't want to be married to him.
Right.
Yeah. But
she has a right to want the power play though.
Yeah.
I mean, he messed with her.
Well, and that's her payback.
Yeah.
She's like,
it's not about the money in her case. It's about the payback. And he totally deserves it for telling her that Kiki was in hell.
If he had left Kiki out of it.
Yes, it would have been, it would have been mean, but it would have been
horrible, but that was just manipulative, cruel.
Yeah.
It wasn't just, I can take it, manipulative. It was cruel.
Yeah.
It was absolutely.
Yep. So yeah, she deserves to get whatever she's going to get out of this in the end. And he deserves whatever's coming to him. So
I did not see Valentine potentially not being a Cassadine.
Yes.
That I never registered with me.
No, me neither.
So who's the dad?
I don't know. I saw people online were saying Luke, and I don't want. That matchup always seemed weird. Helena always seemed so much older than Luke to begin with.
Not when she was Elizabeth Taylor, but as Constance Towers, yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't want that to be it. That would be so complicated.
Well, and Luke's gone.
Oh,
unless Tony Gary's coming back.
Oh, that would be
awesome.
No,
we just went through this with Tracy. I love you guys, but you need to stay gone.
Yeah, you can't have Valentine from Luke and then Nicholas from Laura. That's just, no.
Ew.
Yeah. I said no. The answer is no. I'm sticking with that. I don't know who the dad will be though. Maybe just some random guy. Maybe it could be someone not exciting. And that's why she had to pretend Nikos was his dad.
I did not cry when Charlotte said goodbye to Valentine, but I was also doped up on cough medicine. But I knew. I was like, Amanda's going to ask me if I cried.
I'm proud of you for not crying because I felt like that was over dramatic. She was saying goodbye to him like it was goodbye forever. Even if he gets arrested, it's not goodbye forever. Whoever has
He has not been arrested yet, right?
Right. He hasn't been arrested yet. And whoever ends up, if he does go to jail, whoever ends up with custody is still going to have to allow communication there.
Well, and then Lulu's going on and on and on about how she's going to go after full custody because Charlotte's traumatized. And I wrote, Charlotte might have been traumatized by being kidnapped under your watch, Lulu.
Yes.
Oh, and also when she felt like she could jump off the pier.
Right. Yeah.
Both traumatic.
And she came to that realization, was that Friday, when she was like, oh my gosh, Charlotte jumped off the pier because Nicholas was being her bodyguard. It's his fault that she jumped off the pier. No, you were standing there not watching her well enough, too busy making out with your boyfriend.
No, but we also talked about the fact that she was going to jump no matter what. She was going to
jump no matter what, but the delayed...
Right.
I don't know. Not that it would have made a difference. Luckily, he pulled her out of the water and everything was fine. But... yeah, it's not Nicholas's fault.
It's not like nothing bad has happened to Charlotte when she's with Lulu. And I feel like everyone is forgetting that.
Yeah. And for once, Maxie was looking at the big picture.
Yeah.
And said, wait until all the court stuff happens because you may end up with custody anyway.
Right.
Without putting everyone through an awful court hearing.
Right. Without her having to initiate and instigate and be seen in that light.
And where does Lulu have all this money from?
She's the Spencer.
The Spencers didn't, they did, but they didn't have that much money.
She also had a Haunted Star though.
I guess so. Does the Haunted Star make that much money? Because she calls her attorney for everything. Yeah. And if you thought you were going to end up with custody anyway, you would let it sit till it all just fell out that way. You wouldn't waste money on an attorney.
Yeah, but she didn't know that until after Maxie said that to her.
She should have known that.
Well,
thank you, Maxie, for explaining it
listen,
to your
we've
friend,
all been in that situation, though, that the first thing that comes to your mind is whatever.
Yeah.
I did like how Peter and Maxie dealt with Charlotte.
Yes.
How stupid are they, though?
Oh,
when Valentine's like, Maxie, can you take Charlotte out of the room? And I'm like, but it's her bedroom and she should be sleeping.
Yeah.
I understand that he wanted to
Right.
hurt Peter and take Charlotte, but still.
Yes. Well, for Maxie to be like, oh, Peter needs me? Okay, Charlotte, stay here. Like, she's not going to go with her dad? Come on.
Right.
No.
And then, well, I thought it was funny when Valentine said, because she said, don't move.
Yeah.
And then
he
the second,
said,
move. I loved that.
Yes.
I think that was the first time we really saw Valentine be funny.
Yes. That was cute.
I thought it was funny, at least.
That was cute.
I did think it was interesting back to the park where everybody is at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
There was no reaction from Finn, Anna, Mac, and Felicia in the background about Nicholas being alive.
Nope.
Like, they're just standing there like, no. No reaction.
No reaction.
And then Alexis didn't even know.
Yeah.
You know, and she finds out in Carly's kitchen.
I bet Carly really enjoyed giving that information though. Like, I know something you don't know.
I don't know, because she was so on board with everyone knowing.
Yeah.
I feel like she would have, I don't know. I like to think that that's one of those things that she can set aside and be like, okay, your nephew's alive. You gotta go.
You can still set things aside, but be happy that you have the knowledge first.
That is true. That is true.
Oh, Valentine and everyone seems upset with Nina for everything. It wasn't her fault that Nicholas was coming back.
No.
Why are we upset with her? I understand the wedding part, but she didn't unfold all the rest of that.
No, but I mean, Valentine even said, I now understand why these people are at our wedding.
Oh, she 100%
Yeah.
was setting him up to look stupid and call him out on the surface stuff about Sasha and whatever, but I don't think she knew that Valentine wasn't a Cassadine.
No.
So, the way that played out, it was kind of like Nicholas said, oh, Nina knew all this stuff. To me, it felt like he was saying Nina knew that you're not a Cassadine and she's just playing around. But she didn't know that.
She only knew that Nicholas was alive.
Yeah.
Or assumed that Nicholas was alive.
Right.
She actually did not see
him.
know.
Exactly.
I was happy with how Ava explained to Laura, though. And Laura did seem to give her some grace with the whole rationale behind it and everything. I thought it was funny when Julian, he was like, so you're now married to Nicholas Cassadine that was dead. She's like, yep, yeah. And I fell from the parapet.
Right.
And he said, what the hell's a parapet anyway? According to Webster's dictionary, because I've actually always wondered this. I'm like, what exactly is it? A parapet is a wall, rampart, or elevation of earth or stone to protect the soldiers. They are not doing a good job.
No.
With everyone falls off it.
Yeah.
No one's protected by the parapet.
It's very dangerous.
It is.
Let's just call it a balcony. Maybe it's safer that way.
Well, it could be a balcony, but it's more of, you know how when you look at a castle and there's around the top, like you see squared off portions and then it's flat and then squared off like up and then flat.
Right.
That's the parapet.
Got it.
Yep. So it could be a very thin area.
I need to spend more time in castles.
I mean, listen, if we have to.
Feel like that's the moral of today's.
We are dedicated to our research.
More castles and more people that have just an array of diamond rings for you to choose from.
Yes.
That's what I hope the new year brings for me.
An array of diamond rings and castles.
Yeah. So I didn't take any notes on Thursday. I really didn't. So going to Friday, Crimson working with Deception. I don't understand why that was such a big blow up. You know that at the end of the day, Nina has to say yes.
I don't think that Nina knew that Sasha was going to be the face of Deception, did she?
No, but
I think that was the blind side. I think Maxie's getting PO'd though.
Yes. Do you think she's going to go to Deception?
I think that she might consider starting her own magazine.
She's running everything.
Yeah.
She's running everything.
And she called Nina out on it.
Yeah.
I mean, she was really firm and she did it the right way.
Right, because Nina wants Maxie to be in charge when Nina doesn't feel like doing anything because her life is in such whatever.
Yeah.
And then the second that Maxie starts making a decision and Nina's there, she's like, oh, I'm the boss. No, you weren't here for the past 3 weeks because you're just crazy. Yeah. So I'm glad that deal is going to work out. It only makes sense though. I don't see why. I understand the initial shock, but why would you say no at the end of the day? It's a great business proposition.
Right.
So, and then I have about Michael offering to help Brad. That felt weird to me also. I get his intention, but in any type of real scenario, how would you make that work? I get that he runs ELQ and whatever, but
like you said, there's 2 nannies though,
like
available already.
I feel like he wouldn't leave Wiley at the Corinthos just like nonstop. I know it's happened here or there because Lucas is Carly's brother, but I don't know. That just doesn't seem like. And that poor nanny, how many babies is she supposed to take care of? I hope they're paying her well, because Avery is at an age where she wants to constantly be moving. Then you have this new baby to take care of that has extra attention.
Needs. Yep.
And then you're going to throw Wiley in there that's an active 2-year-old?
Well, Wiley and Avery can keep each other company.
I don't feel like they're going to, though, because Avery's older than Wiley.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll play together, but I feel like Wiley is going to need more constant supervision than Avery is.
But I think that it's a temporary situation.
True. But she should ask for a raise.
Yes.
Just giving her some advice. Demand some more money. They have it. It's okay. You'll get it. My favorite line from Friday was Nicholas with Elizabeth, and she was yelling at him about Ava, and he was like, I'll see your Ava and raise you Franco. Yep. And I was like, ha ha, that's really funny.
But she was right. But I love Franco.
Yeah. Again, Nicholas is all focused on the money.
Yeah. And how has he still not? I understand Spencer's apparently not answering his phone, but let's not just go tell everyone in Port Charles before you tell your son.
It's going to be on Facebook before.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm like, he's going to see it, scrolling. Oh my gosh, there's my dad.
Yeah. That's exactly how it would happen in real life if he doesn't make contact soon.
Speaking of which, please respect people's personal things, personal weddings, funerals, death notices, things like that. Don't post until the person
come back alive notices, resurrected from the dead.
Don't post before the person directly impacted.
Yeah.
We need to talk about Jason and Sam.
I felt like that was anticlimactic still this week.
I felt like it was dumb.
Yeah, that too.
I said, I understand wanting to see your boyfriend, but it's not worth it if you could go back to jail or lose the kids. Hashtag Team Alexis.
Right.
Because she was totally right.
And Carly said all proud. Alexis said, whose great idea was this? And Carly says all proud, oh, it was mine. No.
Well, but then Sam says to her, do you really think that was such a great idea? Sam, you're a big girl. You made the decision.
You showed up there.
And she said no to Carly plenty of times.
Even Robert called her out when they were at the police station. Well, you two don't seem surprised to see each other.
Right.
Be a little more discreet. You're a PI and a mobster.
Right.
You have to have a little better discretion.
Yeah.
Skills.
I do like that they're trying to negotiate with Robert.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just glad that everyone else is calling them out on.
Yes.
Like Diane's like, no, knock this off or you're going to undo everything.
Be grateful for the break that you got to come out on Christmas and spend it with your kids. Don't jeopardize it. And not that at any time it's justifiable, but if this had been, oh, I haven't seen you in 3 months, 6 months, like I just need to see you. Okay, that makes sense, but you can't go a couple of days.
Yeah.
I mean, you go on a business trip, you miss your husband, but you go the couple days, right?
Right. Treat Parole like a business trip.
Exactly.
So we did put out on Twitter, what do you think about Alexis's lecturing Sam on today's episode? 65% of people agreed, which I was really surprised that it was that low. I thought it was going to be higher because 35% disagreed. B-Dub said, I hate the storyline, but you were lucky enough to get parole. You don't take these kind of risks. Exactly what we just said. And then Kathy Lee said, always disagree with Alexis when it comes to Jason.
But I feel like they already remedied that back at Christmas. Whenever she said to him, I won't judge whenever you disappear anymore or whatever.
Yeah.
This is just flat out breaking the rules and you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
And
it's not just the rules, it's the law that they could both wind up.
Right. And again, if it was just the two of you, you're allowed to be selfish. Do whatever you want. But once you have kids, them and Nicholas and Hayden, they all need to take
allowed to contact each other too? So are they not allowed to FaceTime or text each other? I don't know what those rules are.
Probably not, because it made it seem like they needed a go-between as far as transferring Danny back and forth.
Okay.
So I'm assuming it's a no contact order.
Okay. That's just, I did like though that Sonny was okay with the coffee getting.
I didn't understand why they didn't report it stolen.
Neither did I.
Okay.
And then Jason had to go to Jordan and, I mean, that just puts you in a bad light. Yeah. Say my shipment got stolen and it was coffee.
I don't get how that makes you look not guilty. If I woke up tomorrow and my car was stolen, the first thing I would do is call the police and say my car is stolen. Whether I knew who stole it or not, I would,
Right.
if I'm trying to say, oh no, my car is stolen and look innocent, that's the phone call I'm going to make. I'm not going to wait for the police to call me and be like, hey, do you notice that your car was stolen? Oh yeah, I guess it got left on the side of the road.
Right.
It just
And
didn't make
torched
any
out and
yeah.
nothing. Yeah.
And we did a head count of the drivers and they were all here. Okay, but you still didn't call the police about the missing shipment?
Well, wasn't the shipment empty too?
Yes.
So that even looks more suspicious if it really was all coffee, because he said it was. He said it was legit actually all coffee.
Yeah.
You know, then it
and I believe that because Sonny's not supposed to be moving drugs or guns, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I need that to unfold more because right now I'm just like, that made you look more guilty than innocent. I don't understand what you're doing.
I did like at the end of Friday when Sonny said torching the coffee truck was just rude.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Stephanie from Full House.
Right.
I just kept thinking, how rude. The last thing that I have is Finn was pretty assertive this week, and I liked it. He got a little bit of a backbone. He's not a complete pushover, but he doesn't necessarily bend, but he also doesn't stand up for
what
things.
Did he do?
He told Anna,
the
whole speech about, being a mom and everything, and then calling Jax. And when he was like, okay, I'm just going to cut right to the chase. This is why Hayden left.
Yes. I wasn't remembering the part with Anna. And I'm like, I don't remember him saying anything. But yeah, him with Jax.
It was when Anna was trying to figure out, should she say something about, should she turn Peter in? Should she not? And he was like, he said something about, this doesn't reflect on you as a parent, basically. Because parents feel guilty for everything.
Yeah. Thank you for refreshing my memory. That must have happened Thursday when I was like, nothing good going on.
I think it did happen Thursday, yeah. But yeah, I liked that I
want to know talking about Hayden, what Nicholas is going to say to Elizabeth.
I know.
Because she's like, oh, now we can get Hayden back, blah, blah, blah. She's going to be so excited to see you.
Yeah, first of all, why would she ever be excited to see him? They did not part on good terms. I mean, I know that now we have whatever their disagreements aside, they're were collaborating, whatever.
Right, but I thought the only reason they were collaborating again was her to get more money because they're still married.
Right.
Okay.
So, and Elizabeth doesn't know that they are collaborating.
Right.
When Nicholas died, they were not the happy newlyweds, so.
Yeah, that's the story I need to develop more. That and the whole coffee business, I'm just confused on how we're going to get there. Not where we're going even, just how are we getting there? Because I don't see it all connecting right now.
And now we know that Jordan's friend passed away from a drug overdose.
Yes.
So apparently not a user to her knowledge.
Right.
So I don't know.
Wasn't there a thing? Wasn't that why she was undercover in DC before? There was bad drugs? Not that all drugs aren't bad, but you know what I mean. Yeah. They were laced with something.
I think so.
So is that what
maybe he got hooked?
Yeah.
Maybe it's her partner from back then.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know, but I feel we need more information if we're just going to be doing
they
things
just keep interjecting 3 sentences and then they walk away from it. And you're like, wait, I have a question. Hold on, go back.
Wait, who?
Exactly.
But also, if that's the case and a cop wound up somehow becoming addicted to the drugs that he was, I know that happens. Uh-huh. That would be actually a good storyline to be going through.
Yep.
So
maybe that's what they're trying to do. Maybe they're going to bring it out because Curtis got that information on the down low.
Right.
So maybe they need more information before they can expose it because right now people are going to question, how do you even know that?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So that's all that I have for this week.
Yeah, me too. That's it. It was a good week, except for Thursday didn't need to be there. Except for your Finn obsession. Is it my
turn? What it's time for.
You're giving me that look. Is it time? Reality check. Nothing too crazy this week. Madeline's teacher announced, so Madeline missed Thursday, Friday of that first week going back because she wasn't feeling well. So she came home Monday with a letter from her teacher saying that she was taking an educational sabbatical and that Friday would be her last day.
Why?
I feel like whatever she's doing, she's a great teacher. She's a lovely person. I feel like the ends do justify the means for her. But me, as overprotective little parent, Madeline loved her. And so I'm like, you're abandoning my child. I feel like if you're a K-3 teacher, you should not be allowed to leave unless it's an extreme emergency because the kids Like, it's so attached. You're like a second mommy to them.
Let's hope that everything's okay, though. Did it
It
say
is
why?
educational. Yeah, educational sabbatical.
What does that mean?
That she's going back to school.
Oh, no, that's not, no.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like she's taking a sabbatical from
no.
being in education. And I'm like,
Sorry.
okay, but why?
No, yeah. She's going back to school, and
I feel like that's something you would have known.
I feel like we should have had more notice, and not that you're ever prepared for it, especially at 7, but yeah, that one was really sad. She met the new teacher last week, and luckily it's one of the cheer moms.
Okay.
So that worked out really well.
For
but
her.
if it would have been a stranger, it's an adjustment. Like, they're 7, quit.
You're right. With something like that, there should have been more of a transition period. I mean, I remember when I was in 3rd grade, my teacher was adopting.
Oh, okay.
But we got updates.
Yeah.
While she was going through the adoption process. And then we knew when she was leaving, the woman taking over for her stepped in, but she had been there for probably when you're that age, it seems like forever. She was probably there maybe a week or 2.
Okay.
But so we got used to her
right.
with the old teacher, and we were happy because we were part of the journey where she got her kid.
Yes. Yes.
So that was fun.
Yeah, see, and I feel like that's what she missed out on, because she was really good about sharing. She has 2 children that have hearing issues,
Okay.
And so she was really good. She would teach the kids something new in sign language every week, and they would talk about her kids for Christmas. The new America Girl doll for this year has a hearing aid,
Okay.
And so she was talking about, for Christmas her daughter got the new America Girl, and so yeah, Madeline's like invested in your life. And then you're like, oh, I'm leaving.
Maybe that's what she's going to school for, though, to further her education with.
That's what I kind of assume. Like I
okay,
said,
then good for her. With
the end goal is worth it for her, but selfishly, I wanted to be like, can't you take classes at night, or can't you wait till the summertime to do this? Because
I have a friend who has a degree in sign language, and it took her years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that involved.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we wish her the best of luck, and I feel like the new teacher is going to be a good fit, because Madeline, the little girl's on our cheer team, so Madeline knows her and all that kind of stuff. But it was definitely leading up to Friday till we knew who the new teacher was. Like, I had her name, I just didn't know who she was.
Right.
Leading up to Friday, I was like, oh no, we're going to have a major meltdown, and this is going to be awful. Yeah. But it was not.
But the kids also only have the trouble that you.
True.
Not only. But
right,
if they see you freaking out, they're going to freak out.
That's one thing I've learned.
Not saying that she would not freak out on her own.
Right. No, I totally talked it up of, the new teacher's going to be great and blah, 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 because you learn not to project your issues. So that was good. And then, this week started cookie sales. So if you need any Girl Scout cookies,
we'll put the link in our show notes. We'll put it on our website.
Oh, there you go. And
yeah,
if you don't want to buy from us, go ahead and find your local Girl Scouts. You can go online and find booths close to you. Like, they've really gone high tech. A lot of booths take the debit cards and credit cards.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a new gift box option this year.
Yes.
I like that.
So
you can buy 5 boxes for $29 and they come
in a gift box.
And you can donate to the troops.
You can always donate to the troops.
So if you don't want to order them for yourself, that's one of my favorite options, because you're my favorite Girl Scout.
Thank you.
So I order the bulk from you, but then I just found out I have 3 girls in my office that are also Girl Scout moms.
Yes.
And I want to support each one. I'm just going to send boxes to the troops, because I necessarily don't need.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's a great option. And if you don't want to do any of that, because I understand my kids love Girl Scout cookies, and they, at least in our area, are $5 a box now. And I think that's a lot of money if you have multiple kids to be like, oh, here, blah, blah, blah. If you don't want to get into all that, you can just make a donation to your local troop. Right. And that money goes right towards whatever they're fundraising for. For us, we always go to camp during the summer. So
this has been an unpaid sponsorship
for the Girl Scout cookies. Get your cookies here. So,
but Amanda's great. That's actually how we met. So if you want to hear our start story, go back to the very first episode of our podcast, where we share that we met through Girl Scouts. So
it's a great.
Without Girl Scouts, we wouldn't have this podcast.
Exactly.
Yay!
Buy cookies, because they're what started everything.
Yes.
But yeah, she's excited for like booth sales and all that stuff. The older girls don't really care, but Madeline, she gave an order form to like all of my friends that work in offices and was like, here you go. Saw some cookies. She gave a flyer to each of, like we said, one to her dad and then one to her stepmom and one of my friends and stuff. because she has it set that she's going to sell 2,020 cookies. And I'm like,
Whew.
baby, I don't think that's going to happen.
Guys,
but
hey, we're going to get some leverage. And listen, you guys did a great job last week we had almost double what we usually have. So thank you so much for sharing our podcast with your friends. Keep it up. Yes. We really appreciate it.
I think it just makes it more fun too, because the more people listening, the more people are interacting on our social media, and it really is then like a whole group of us just sitting around having conversations about General Hospital. I love it. So, okay, how about you? What's your reality?
I ordered my Burton Nutrition Burn and Slim.
Woohoo!
I posted it on our Instagram. I started it on Friday, and it's good. So far, so good. I mean, it's Slim and Burn kit. So they have a couple different starter kits, and I got the chocolate vegan protein, comes with a probiotic, ultimate GCB, and the ultimate cleanse. We actually have a 10% off if you go to our website, peer54podcast.com. Under the savings tab, you can scroll down, and the link will directly take you to Burton Nutrition, where you can get 10% off your order. It's really good, and they ship very quickly because I ordered it right before New Year's.
Oh, okay.
So there were some days that were federal holidays that mail did not get delivered, but I got it pretty quickly. And you also get a shaker bottle and a water bottle.
Wow.
So that was really cool. And I found out on Thursday in my office, we had our 2020 kickoff for the year.
Woohoo!
And I'm just sitting there, and she's going over the top producers for the year. And then she said, and our rookie of the year. And she said the sales number. And I know I can go find that information, but it's right now I haven't gotten into all the math of this, that, and the other thing, you know. And I got my license May 1st. I only really started in June because the first month I was doing basically training every day.
Right.
And it was me. I got the rookie of the year. And
so excited.
I almost did as much as one of the top producers too.
Wow.
I was really, really close. So if I had like 2 more sales or one really good one, but and it's hard for me to, and everyone's like, did you know? You know what I mean? Everyone's clapping, and one girl was like, did you know? I said, I didn't know this was a thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't know.
But those are the best kind of surprises.
And I was
achievements. You're like, I had no idea. I wasn't even shooting for this. It just happened because you're awesome.
I just wanted to be able to get started, you know, and I don't know. I feel like everything that I have done and it's not, even though I quote got my license in May, I've done so much networking and everything over the past like 9 years that I built up a strong sphere of influence, and I was able to really hit the ground running. Awesome. So I am just so happy.
You should be. You should be totally proud of yourself. I know that you hate to like toot your own horn, but you did awesome.
That was so hard because I posted it on my Facebook page, and I was like, should I do this? Should I do this?
Yes.
And
good job.
But and this was really my first week back to life since surgery.
Right.
So I haven't so basically, I mean, I scheduled everything how I did before surgery, and it's gone pretty well. So I have my post-op on Monday, so we'll be good to go. The girls are doing good. So join us on Thursday. We're going to be talking about...
I wanted to say Cassandra, and I don't know why. Instead of Charlotte. My brain went, nope, that's not who we're talking about. All about Charlotte.
Yes. Some people got a little confused by us talking about Claudette last week.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you mean that Valentine is not her? Yeah. Go back and listen to Claudette.
Listen to Claudette, and then this
we're
kind of follows
Charlotte.
right into it. So between the two, you will have a full understanding of how we got Little Miss Charlotte.
Yep. So have a good week. Oh my gosh, I messed that up. Okay. So have a good week, and we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to peer54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Peer54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at peer54podcast@gmail.com.